Macmillan Audio presents The Good News About Estrogen, The Truth Behind a Powerhouse Hormone by Uzi Rice, MD. Read for you by Sean Pratt. Note to listeners. This audiobook contains my opinions and ideas, which I have formed based on my experience treating women. It is intended to provide helpful general information on the subjects that it addresses. It is not, in any way, a substitute for the advice of the listener's own physician or physicians, or other medical professionals based on the listener's own individual conditions, symptoms, or concerns. If the listener needs personal medical, health, dietary, exercise, or other assistance or advice, the listener should consult a competent physician and/or other qualified healthcare professionals. Both I and my publisher specifically disclaim all responsibility for injury, damage, or loss that the listener may incur as a direct or indirect consequence of following any directions or suggestions given in the audiobook, using any products or services described in the audiobook, or participating in any programs described in the audiobook. Many of the recommendations and scientific analyses presented in this book are supported by extensive, peer-reviewed scientific studies. The bibliography presents much of this supporting research. However, listeners can access a complete list of references at my website. Introduction. In 2017, the North American Menopause Society announced that hormone therapy does not need to be routinely discontinued in women older than 60 or 65 years and can be considered for continuation beyond 65 years. There are not data to support routine discontinuation in women age 65 years. This position statement was then supported by the Academy of Women's Health, the American Association of Clinical Endocrinologists, the American Medical Women's Association, and 28 international women's health organizations. Soon after, in that same year, the North American Menopause Society, known by the acronym NAMS or NAMS, affirmed the safety and efficacy of hormone therapy for certain conditions and in certain populations of menopausal women. And still later, a study published in late 2017 in the Journal of the American Medical Association, known by the acronym JAMA, also clarified that using hormone replacement therapy, or HRT, for 5 to 7 years was not associated with any risk of disease or mortality. It's now almost 3 years later, and most women in the United States, indeed around the world, are still caught up in a misconception about the dangers of estrogen, particularly related to HRT. At the time of these announcements, the media and medical world paid little attention. Why is this significant? Because the statements supported HRT's safety, dissociating it from increased risk of breast cancer, a major reversal in medical advice. For the 15 years before 2017, the medical establishment had insisted that any form of HRT was potentially dangerous, which is why so many women avoided hormonal supplementation. I find this misinformation and misperception about HRT a travesty. Hundreds of millions of women have been missing out on safe, disease-preventing hormone treatment for no good reason. As an OBGYN in private practice for over 40 years, I have worked with thousands of women, helping them find the healthiest, most effective treatments for their medical problems. As a medical researcher, gynecological specialist, and physician who practices integrative care, I have studied and tested how best to treat women for their individual needs, and the dominant focus of my work has been on revealing to women the power of estrogen, the essential female hormone, to help them defend against disease, offset the effects of aging, and enhance their physical
Sample complete. Ready to continue?